Hello, this is Orkun from Confio, and welcome to this presentation. So today I will be showing you more of introduction to some concepts and show you some places and walk you through some CosmWasm repos and some high-grade smart contracts and give you some few tips. So the title is CosmWasm Plus, multisigs and DAOs. I know these terms are a bit mixed, but it will make sense. So who am I? And this is Orkun, and I am a member of Confio, initial developer and maintainer of CosmWasm, and I do developer relations mostly. So wait, let me change this audio. There is, yeah, no problem. Okay. What I do developer relations. I build projects, mentor work groups, and build teams and do documentation. I teach here and there. I do workshops. Maybe you've seen some of them on our website. So basically, mostly I help people out. So I'm glad to help you guys. If you need help, just contact me on social media or Discord. So, okay, first topic is CosmWasm Plus. Most of you guys know this probably from CW20, but I just want to walk you through what this is, and I want to encourage you guys to use this repository more and also contribute to this repository. So CosmWasm Plus is a production-grade smart contract repo. As Confio, we make sure everything here is well maintained and the code quality is really high. I mean, state-of-the-art code base. If you want to see one of the best coding examples, just check CosmWasm Plus, right? You can copy-paste code from here too. And the famous CW20 token standard is living here, and few more contracts. There's a lot of contracts that is being used in Terra now, but I would like to see a few of them more used in the Terra community and building on Luna. So if you have good contract, it should live here. It's this URL right here, GitHub CosmWasm/CW Plus. For example, I pretty much liked the Anchor protocol's Merkle airdrop smart contract, and I found it hard to find it, where it is. Then I just moved it to CosmWasm Plus repository. So this way, everybody can just use it and just find it. So takeaway here is, if you have a great contract, with high quality, just open a PR to CosmWasm Plus, so we can keep supporting it. And I mean, this is a community good, right? Blockchain and open source ecosystem grows with collaboration. So everybody has benefit from this. So there is another topic that I want to discuss. So this is contract composition. What is this? So what I've seen mostly in the community is people tend to copy paste code from other code bases and just build their code on top of this. But with contract composition, you don't have to copy paste all the code. You just need to import some library, smart contract library, then use that code inside your code. And let me see. I can show you some examples of how to make this. Actually, we have a few videos. You can go and check it out. So please do contract composition. For example, most of the people in the Terra community had to migrate their contract, right? I mean, it's some work. If you just build your contracts on CosmWasm Plus, for example, you will have got the latest migration and update code instantly with the new releases. So there is this importance here. If the code you're depending on is well maintained and well migrated, you will have to do less job, less work. So if you have questions about this, how to make contract composition, I can show you later in this chat, in this workshop. Okay, so this is CosmWasm Plus. Here are the few projects that I pretty much like and I would like to see more, and I will tell you what they are and go in more detail. There is CW1 subkeys. So its purpose is you can manage an account if it was a wallet on the chain. So you set up a smart contract which has multiple live whitelisted addresses, and these addresses can execute a contract. So use case, you and your friends have some like DAO or like some app running, right? You want to be able to just do some job on there. And what you can do is you can just set up a subkeys and then set these initial accounts with your friends, and everybody can execute this execution. The best part about this is on the receiver contract, you just set up an address, right? You don't have to include any like logic. It works like same. You just set up an address, and address checks, the smart contracts checks if the message is coming from this address. It does not care if this is an exchange or if it's like basic smart contract, if a wallet or even just a DAO. It doesn't care. And it is easier to migrate this way. When you put a smart contract as like account or like admin, it is much easier to migrate and make changes. Okay, the next one, CW20 base. You know this one, right? It's like pretty much commonly used. But what I will say here is, when you have some logic like CW20 base logic, don't copy paste your code, because you can extend CW20 functionality pretty easily. You can go and check CW Plus, and there are CW20 variants in there, like staking, bond, and you can see how these contract composition works in detail. Second one is CW721 base. This is base NFT contract. I wanted to show you this because like we need more NFT stuff out there, right? It's like very hot topic, and yeah, I think there will be some people who would like to see it and use this CW721, and also we appreciate all the PRs against that. If you have a nice idea, like nice project, and if you think this like community can make use of it, just create a PR. Okay, other one is CW3 multisig, flex multisig. I will go in detail here. It is a voting contract. So CW4 group also is a group-based contract. It stores like members, but I will go again in detail here. I pretty much really like these last two contracts, but I have not seen its use much. So in the next months and in next like time, I mean, I expect a surge in DAOs, right? So this would be great to show you guys. Okay, the other topic here is managing keys in CosmWasm. So there are many projects right now building up in Terra community, like you see one each day. So this means private keys are handling millions of dollars, and they are handling migration keys. So wallets are like, you need to secure them very well, right? You need to be like, make sure they're secured well and you can share it well, right? And you have options. You can use like a ledger, or you can use it on your local, or better one, you can use a smart contract, multi-signature smart contract. So there are two smart contracts that we have in CW Plus, and they are animation and CW1 subkeys and CW3 spec multi-signatures. So CW1 subkeys is, as I said, what you can do is you have a business, right? You have multiple keys, or you want to have like backup keys, right? You can set up a smart contracts and add these addresses there, and then, for example, you can set the admin of this DAO as this subkey account, right? So multiple party can edit this account. I mean, it's not the best use case, but again, there might be some use cases for this. Okay, so also you can use like client wallets, but I recommend sticking with smart contracts. It's easier to use. So again, like these are easier to migrate and secure. So what is CW3 multi-signature wallet? So with subkeys, you can just reflect the messages, meaning there is no like protection or anything, or like voting. So with this, Multi-signature, there is a voting mechanism, meaning, like, let's say there is this message that wants to be executed, and you just send this to this smart contract, and the other members of this group has to sign this contract, right? Sign this message and approve this message. If n out of k, that's how it's called. So let's say if this multi-signature is 2 out of 4, at least 2 keys must sign this key. Of course, it does not have to be like k out of n. We can make more like complex logic there. So okay, the other slide I have here is the DAOs, and CW4 is your go-to. CW4 spec and the base contracts we have are not the most like complicated DAOs for sure. They're pretty basic, we can tell that. But it's a good start. You can just use them as admin keys for your smart contracts. So CW4 itself is not just a voting smart contract or anything. It is actually just a backing store for a DAO. For example, CW3 contracts use CW4 contract internally to store the members. So what's the point of this? This makes this member store quite extensible. You can just import it and use with your code as well, right? And it is very high quality, meaning there are hooks in the smart contracts. What this means? For example, you want other, possibly, I mean, other applications might depend on the changes on your voting set, like members of the smart contract. And what you can do is you can manually update the voter changes in the smart contract, in the dependent smart contracts, but it's hard, right? So with these hooks, what you can do is you can, when a member changes in this CW4 group, it sends messages to the dependent smart contracts. It triggers, and you can register these hooks to CW4. So this is one of the best like examples on advantages of CW4. So you can go and check out, and I can show you the code now, like in a couple minutes. So there is also like CW4 contract, and it has internal staking, and you can use this also for like staking. Basically, it is the voting rights are determined proportionally to the stake amount, right? It's very common in smart contracts in like DAO. So this is a good start where you can take. And I will show you the code, but I want to finish this presentation now. I will walk you through CW Plus, like show you some good code examples and how to extend. But the takeaways from this presentation and the message I want to give you here, I mean, I know it's like from here and there, right? First one is please don't copy compose, because composition is quite powerful. You can just import code, like copy paste code, but when you compose, it looks beautiful, right? And it's much more easier to maintain. Other thing is use existing code and contribute. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use existing smart contracts, use existing logic, and then contribute back to the community, because blockchain and open source equals collaboration and contribution. That's the biggest rule we have, like, and this is the biggest power of blockchain. Just collaborate and contribute back. Okay, so here are like CW Plus tooling, and I will show you a few coding examples here. All right, so I'm going to stop screen sharing, and then I will share my other screen. Okay, here window, and then here. You can see, right? Okay, I'll make it here possibly, yeah. Okay, so this is the CW Plus code base I've been talking about, right? So these are the specifications you can find here. We have CW21, 4, 3, 2, and what these are is just packages. And specs. You can just go and see like NFT specification here, and when you want to compose a smart contract that uses NFT, you are going to import this package. It contains like helpers, queries, and a receiver protocol definition. For I mean, if your contract is going to receive NFTs, then you must implement this message. Your handler must implement this message. And other packages here. So we have CW2, and this is for migration. This is quite important. I did not see many projects using this, but please do implement this in your smart contract. Pretty basic. It puts information in the, yeah, it is this code base. It puts version info migration in your smart contract as static. Right, let's see here, migrate. Okay, it's not implemented here, but on the migrate, you can check if the migration code is the right version. So it's just a identifier for a smart contract. And then here you go. Other contracts, let's go to packages, then we can switch to that one. Yeah, and CW3 is for multi-signature and voting contract. So this is the base for it. There are messages you can see, you can propose new changes, you can execute and also close proposals. It's a great start. And then we have CW4. And this one is here, as I said, is the group membership. I will show you that in the storage, but it's quite powerful. And we have here multi-test framework. The great thing about this is you can test your smart contracts. Like most of the products out there have multiple smart contracts connected, and you need good testing frameworks to make sure it's bulletproof. And multi-test framework is it is for testing multiple like smart contracts chained together. And Storage Plus, you know this one. We have a lot of like storage engines for CosmWasm. There is like item where it stores single item and like plus, but there are more that is not known that much and very powerful. There is item like map. Also, we have composite keys functionalities, right? And the good part is coming. Index map. So index map solves the indexing issues in CosmWasm, like not in CosmWasm, but for example, you want to access a data using its field, right? You want to make this data accessible by multiple variables. This is a way to use it. I'm not going into detail, but just check it out, really. It will boost your smart contract and like see CosmWasm abilities and knowledge. And then there is controllers. This is again not pretty much used, but there are hooks here, and the hooks are, as I said, these are some like messages is sent to the registered smart contracts upon a specific action happening. And then there is like admin, just check them out. You can import them uses as well. If you have an admin functionality, like if there's an admin in your contract, you can import this code and use this code because it provides like execute admin and also like querying functionalities. And yeah, you can use this like helper too for this. And then the claim. Claim is basically just an information that represents your own amount in a smart contract. This is using CW20. Yeah. Also, sorry, also like in the bonds, right? And the released stuff. So yeah, these are the packages. I will go to the contracts. Here is CW1 subkeys, and here are the CW20 variants, you can see you have atomic swap here, like also Merkle airdrop, which is based on Anchor protocol airdrop contract. We have like staking contract here and CW20 bond, right? And I want to show you this friend here, multi-signature, right? And let's see some code here. Okay, so you instantiate this contract with a group, and there is this like wait functionality and logic to determine the voting mechanisms, right? Again, you can propose a message, and the way you do it is you just pass down messages in smart contracts. You wrap a message and then send it to this proposal as proposal, and the participants vote on this proposal, and if it's accepted, somebody can execute this, and these messages will just send to the targets. And this one is the big one, the member changed hook. Okay, let's go. What's happening here? This is a magical hook functionality I want to talk about. Oh, this is no op now. Okay, not here, sorry. In CW4, I suppose, yeah, in group, yeah. Okay, so look, update members, and this is the test. Sorry, takes time to find it. Update admin, update members, yeah, this one. So what happens here is when a member is changed, we retrieve the hooks and then send information to the smart contracts and tell them that this member group has changed. So you can use these hooks everywhere. It's in essence, you just register some messages, and upon smart contract execution, these hooks are executed and these messages are sent. An admin can add hooks, right? And changes on the smart contracts can be listened by other smart contracts. Okay, so yeah, you can base your DAOs on the CW4 group. You can check the code here. It will give you a great idea. Also, for example, if your contract includes like staking DAO logic, and if the voting power is determined by like staking amount, you can use CW4 stake. You can check its code and how it works, right? And yeah, I think this is all from my side. I just want to hear some questions if you have. I mean, this CosmWasm Plus repositories will just help you kick off your projects. It has great already written smart contracts. You can use them to implement your smart contract faster for this Space Camp hackathon, right? Hackathon, and yep, I will share this one. Cool. Okay. And questions? So which projects are here? Do you mean? Yeah. So I think the question is which projects are here. I mean, you can find like multi-signature contracts, CW20 contracts, and DAO contracts, and more like reflection contracts, and like everything basically, including the CW20. Okay, the second one, best way to learn, Terra Academy. I think Terra Academy and the Terabytes content are amazing. Really, they are doing great job. You can follow them there, and also there is content in docs.cosmwasm.com. We have like getting started, and also Dev Academy that I have been writing recently. You can follow these ones. They provide modular learning content where you can follow. It's pretty basic. Also, we have I mean, we are preparing the 1.0 documentation. It will have API documentation. It will be much better than right now, and it will have like component documentation as well, more detailed ones. Okay, how to reduce contract gas costs. Okay, this is a good one. In CosmWasm, the main gas cost is by storage. You need to use the storage effectively. For example, one thing what you can do there is you need to build your indexing keys effectively, so you can access the data with given information inside the message. It's just single hit, right? You can form these keys and get the data, so it will be much faster. Other thing is, I've seen this done many times. Don't put vectors inside like data inside a single item, because you can put, of course, put like vectors if it's controlled, meaning if it's free for all, if you can put information in vector, if it's going to grow by more like users inside the system, the gas cost will rise. Because when you add more data to this vector, each time when this item is retrieved, it will retrieve more data, and it will just increase and increase. What you can do there is use CosmWasm Plus storage and use maps there, and then use the range queries effectively. This way, your smart contract consumption and gas consumption be more linear, not exponential, which increases with the data size. Yeah. Any other thing? This one is going to, yeah, make your contracts much more cheaper. That's for sure. And yeah, that's it. Can you show an example of composition? Yeah. Let's go. Screen sharing. And then share this one. Okay. I think there must be some composition in the staking or in bonding. Let's see. Okay, so here is an example of composition. We have the CW20 contract here, and it is for the bonding curve logic. Right, it's CW20, it has tokens, but issuance is by like with a bonding curve. We could have copy pasted code from CW20 base and just paste it here and use here, but why not again compose here? So as you can see, there is this logic that is imported from CW20 base, and actually they are just execution handlers. So let's go here, look at the do execute. So as you can see here is we did not implement execute transfer inside CW20 bonding. We made it here. This comes from CW20 base. Execute transfer. What will happen here is when this contract just imports CW20 base, and then again it uses the logic that is already written in execute transfer. And same goes for state and data, right? You export the common code base, then you just pull these pieces together, then you can move on. For example, there is this receive message. Okay, let's see here. This is the best example. This is here, ICS20. Yeah, CW4 has this one. Okay, go contract, and then yep, there is this message here, right? When you use this code, it's actually kind of composition. What you do here is the receive message is defined in the CW20. And in this code, you say that, yeah, this smart contract can receive a CW20 send message. And in order to work with this, you need to implement implement this handler. So yeah, when a CW20 is sent to this contract, it is executed like this, and this can count as a composition. Like when this is received, it executes a bonding mechanism, right, depending on the token. And yeah, I think that gives an example of composition. We have a workshop in Docs CosmWasm. Can we put links here? Yes, we can. Okay, let me find you that one. So, workshops. Here we have some workshop videos. And here is a great composition workshop made by Ethan. Yeah, I sent you that in private chat. If you could put it on the as like subtitle. Sharing and then yeah. Okay, so these links will be in the description. You can go later and check it out. And yeah, yeah. So thank you for jumping in. You can ask me questions in CosmWasm Discord. I'll be glad to help you. Also, I'm a mentor in this event, so jump in and ask me any question. I mostly specialize on like writing smart contracts. I'm not a finance guy, but I'll try to help you with that as well. So my Twitter is there, GitHub is there. So yeah, thank you for all. Again, the best part about blockchain is the collaboration and contribution. So thank you guys. Like, see you in the future.